All right. I'm going to apologize now for the sound. If there's um any like loud car sounds or anything, I don't know how well this mic really works. But today I want to talk about the lesson I'm kind of going through today that I've been going through for quite a while now, ever since I started to make my own money. Um, so I guess I can take it back to growing up. So growing up, like my family wasn't like wealthy, I guess in a way. Like I had my time when um, my parents did start making money and they were able to like buy stuff, and I've been on vacation a few times growing up. And yeah, like it wasn't a bad childhood. It just wasn't on the more wealthy side. It was on the pretty like around average. So yeah, and then I have like a really poor side of my family. So once I started making a lot of money, those people decided like, oh, he has a lot of money, like go ask him. Like that's kind of the way they saw me, was like, oh, go ahead and ask him for money, like I need $20 for gas or something. They're like, oh, I know somebody or something just like that. So it became like a thing with friends and family, just for them to start asking me for money, and instead of like looking at me and like respecting me as who I am, and um yeah, looking at me as like a friend or like a family member, they looked at me like an ATM. Like that's literally how they saw me. At first I was like, okay, yeah, I can do that, but it became to a point where it's like they asked so much that it was just like disrespectful, and I never got paid back. Like they would say, oh yeah, I'll pay you back. That never got paid back. I can't remember the time that someone said they would actually give me money back and did. And I've given well over like, I don't even know, like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. So yeah, I've gone through that a lot, and it's because the reason that they ask me is because they know I can't say no. They know that my heart is like too big to say no. Like I'm scared to say no. I know there's be no consequences if I say no, and uh, yeah, if I just would say no, then it would stop. Like they would stop asking me for money. So yeah, I've had that situation a lot since I was 18, maybe yeah, when I was 17, when I started making money. It started off with small amounts, and then like I would send like a 20, a 50 or something to someone to ask. But then it got to like points like people were asking me for thousands of dollars. It just got ridiculous, and I couldn't say no. So yeah, moving out of state really helped with that. I moved out of my the state, and was kind of able just to like live on my own and not have to see those people every day. So it's easier to ignore them and not answer them, because I couldn't just text back or reply and say no, because yeah. And there's been times where like I was still making a lot of money, but I was investing it into other stuff or spending my money on myself to like where I didn't have really the money to even afford to help them. And just because I couldn't tell them no, I still sent it. So like I was hurting myself sending these people money when I could, like like it was stressing me out. Like they would have a big effect on my mental health, because I was just so stressed out about having enough money for myself. And then it's also adds up in people. It's not just the amount. Like there was times where during 1 month I would have so many people ask me. I don't know like where it even started from. I guess I don't know. I just find it really disrespectful to even ask anybody for money, like at all, because it's just like that's, I don't know. It's just go and do something go and do something for work or to get money, I guess, instead of asking for money. Like if you know you're going to be short, this is also another thing. Like people knew they were going to be short on something, but they would go and spend their money thinking that they're already going to get money from me, if that makes sense. Like they'll go do something, or say like they knew that the rent is going to be due in like a day or two. They're like, oh, well, I kind of want to go eat out, so they go eat out. They're like, well, I know I'm going to be short, but I could probably just ask Ashton for money. Like, that is what people's mindset was. So, one of the big things that I kind of learned from that, or to like stop that from happening, is to just start saying no. When someone first asks you for money or something, just say no, because then they will never, like, they won't ask you again. Like, once you say no, it stops that. Like, if you say yes once, they're gonna be like, okay, I can use him like this, if that makes sense. Like, they're gonna respect you by what you let them in on. I don't know how to word it right, but like, if I was to say yes, then they're gonna keep asking, and then they're gonna keep getting greedy with it, because they know I have a heart not to say no. And if I was to say no off the bat, they don't see it as like too disrespectful. They're like, they'll get over it and they'll move on, but they won't ask me again, and that takes the stress off me. But it's not always easy to say no. And having a big heart and wanting to succeed, you gotta let that go. I do like helping a lot of people out. I helped out a lot of people on my own, like, willingly, without them asking, because I want that for people. But it gets to a point of where people start disrespecting you or disrespecting me. Like, I'll help them out, I'll give them an inch, and they want to take a mile. Like, they just get greedy with it, and they start wanting everything. And it's just unfortunate that it happens, because I'm doing it out of my heart, and then they take it and they make it to where I'm the one in stress, and I'm the one having to deal with their problems because I wanted to help them out. Like, I help them out a little bit, and they could have, like, bettered themselves from there, but instead they want to use my my heart to better themselves and beat me down. So yeah, I still deal with this. I'm going through it today with something. It's just, you can help people, but never expect anything from anyone you help. Don't ever expect anything back. Don't expect them to do anything for you. Just don't expect it, because you're gonna let yourself down. So yeah, if you guys are going through that, there are some ways to fix it before it keeps happening, and you gotta end it. You gotta be mean for a little bit, and you gotta upset some people, but they're only upset because you're not helping them no more, because they depended on you. So yeah, that's what I'm going through today, and still a good day. I mean, I'm still happy. It just sucks I gotta go through that stuff. Today I moved to my Airbnb because my apartment, I don't got a bed in there anymore. So yeah, I had to get an Airbnb. I'm gonna be in Nashville until the 8th, and I got a lot of stuff done today. Yeah, just don't let people take advantage of you. Especially once you start getting money, people are going to ask you for a little amount. That little amount, no matter what it is, $20, $100, just say no. Because if you say yes to that, the amount is only going to get bigger, and they're only going to want more. Once you say yes, they will take it and run with that, because they know you can't say no. It's unfortunate that that's the way people think, because my main thing was, like, my junior year of high school. It's about time COVID happened. That is when I started my sleep streams. I used to sleep on stream because I needed school clothes, and my step siblings, their grandma paid for their school clothes that year. And I remember this, so like, this is something that definitely hit me, because I realized that, okay, my parents weren't able to give me money for school clothes, and I know the money's getting low, and I'm not going to sit there and ask them for money to go get school clothes. Like, I knew I needed new school clothes, and I'm seeing like my step siblings get money from their grandma to go school shopping. Like, they'd go shopping, they brought all their stuff back, and here I am, like, the lonely sibling, because I was the only, like, sibling that wasn't a step sibling there. So I just watched them come back with all their stuff and all that, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess it's time to start making my own money. Now, of course, I did work at like a Rural King for a while, but I didn't like working. Like, I just knew it was such a waste of time. So during that, I started this thing where I'll just literally start my camera and lay down and go to sleep. And the first day I did that, someone sent me like $50 on Cash App or PayPal, and I was like, okay. So I ran with that 50, and I kept doing the sleep streams, and I kept building a fan base every single night for a year straight. To eventually, when I was I think I was 17, 18, and I was still in high school, and I had my first $20,000 month because I was sleeping on live. So that is what pushed me to start making money, is that story right there of not being able to like get what I want, and I didn't want to ask somebody for help. So if you need something or you want something, instead of asking for help and being lazy about it, like, you have to suffer and put in work and time. Like, although I just slept on stream and I made money, there's so much more that went behind that. There's so much more that went into that, because the way I was even able to start my sleep streaming is I had to sell this I don't even know, I sold so many things just to get it was $75, and I got $75, and I bought a cracked HP all-in-one computer. So it was like a $75 computer that was busted, screen hardly worked, and it had like a little camera on it, and it was the worst camera like ever built into a built-in computer. And I learned, like, I looked up, I researched on how to start streaming. I used that camera until like a week of streaming, and then I went to Best Buy, was able to afford a new camera, and it just was consistency. But you can't just know, you're not born to know how to just start streaming, how to set up everything, how to set up bank accounts, camera. Like, you got to learn, you got to go through the process of learning how to be better at it and everything, or just stream in general. It's not as easy as what people think, and you got to be consistent. I had to sleep with the lights on every night, didn't sleep with a blanket, I slept with my room hot. I would have people donating through this loudspeaker, and yeah, I just went through all of that stuff just to be able to start making money on my own, and I took that risk, and it worked out for me. So yeah, if you're someone that asks people for money, don't do that. You don't understand how mentally exhausting that is for that person. It really does hurt them. It really does. Like, there I've had thoughts in my mind of just like disappearing to another country or whatever, or just like going to move to a different state and just cutting off like everyone, just so I could restart, because of how bad it got at one point in my life. But it did get better. I just had to kind of like build up and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know, I just had to build myself. But I hope if you're going through this that you can fix it. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good day and kind of enjoyed this video and took something away from it. Thank you guys. Please like and subscribe.